Good morning, this is Dr. Mirrafati from Mira. I'm totally excited to start our day today. So as you seen me do a lot of tummy tuck on female, what we call extended abdominoplasty, but we do also quite a few of male abdominoplasty, which is a little bit different than female because you really don't want to do corset. You don't want to give them a nice hip to flank area because then obviously that doesn't go with men. So there are different ways of doing it, but one of the good thing is it's getting more popular. Before, a lot of men were saying that, hey, it's man, I don't know what else to do, but men also gain weight and they go through weight loss and they have the excess skin. And obviously it works better on men because the skin is a little bit thicker and obviously you have some hair. So the area we put scar, it's really covered and the result comes out much better. So there is a trending rise on men doing abdominoplasty, but you got to be careful to do it at a place that you don't do female abdominoplasty on male abdominoplasty because the incision and everything is a little bit different, and how you bring it in together should be also as well different. But the more important thing is you don't want to go all the way back in the butt as it is. Men tend to have more flatter buttocks area, and if you go into that buttock area, you're actually going to make what little butt they have even lesser. So you want to stay way above that buttock area. So if you did have to extend the incision because of the dog ear, you don't go into the buttock zone. So I'm going to show this area if you don't mind. So basically, as you can see, my man in here lost a lot of weight, so which is a good thing. And you can always tell by how much weight they have and how good this is going to be. But you can see his legs are pretty fit. It's not really a big bone leg, but he ballooned out over here, and this is going to definitely take a toll. As you can see, he's got what we call the parentheses knees right now, that the knees kind of gone in. So the weight is taking toll on his joints, especially in the lower body. So we are basically going to get rid of this whole abdominal pannus. Again, in men, there's no any difference, although they don't go through pregnancy or childbearing though, but they do have a somewhat of a muscle that we do plicate. But again, this is the area you got to be careful. You don't want to pull him in too much to give him a nice shape, because it just doesn't go. And again, when you're writing your incision, it shouldn't go this low. It should kind of come up a little bit higher. So if you did have to extend the incision, you're not in a buttock zone area. That's it. So I'm gonna do my drawing, and I have another video of the full complete drawing. And then during the surgery, once we're here, we're gonna take some video of how we're tightening up the muscle for you guys to see. All right. Above his hip bone, which is right in this area. So if you did have to extend the incision later on, the scar come up, it doesn't go down. That's the key. So I'm pulling this down this way is because I actually wanted to go up on the side. And it's really interesting how this works because, as you can see, this is going high. And if you actually come down here, it becomes narrow. So I purposely curved this up. So I'm actually lifting this, because if I go straight down, which normally sometimes conventionally done, then you can see this is coming up, this is going down, that there's not much tension. So I'm actually going to go a little bit higher in that area. So kind of bring it in. Obviously, you do want to stay below the last rib. You got to have a good margin of 4 or 5 centimeters because that's where circulation is. You don't want to go above. You're going to cut off circulation, but we have a pretty good distance. You can see I do have probably 5 finger separation still, and the same thing on this side, so I'm good on both ends. And I think we are good to go. We are happening. So that's it. So we're going to check this one more time when he's standing up, make sure everything's okay, because remember, when you lie down, everything's sort of straight. You go out, when you stand up, things kind of get crooked. You adjust it mostly right at this zone because there's always some laxity on one side. I do want it to have this more straight when they stand up. Obviously, people don't look at themselves lying down. People look at themselves standing up. So you draw the line lying down to be more So it's sort of precise and measurement are good, but you want to fine tune that standing up, because if the body tends to go down more on this side, and even though your line is straight, when you stand up, it's going to do this, that will reproduce on the scar down here later. So maybe at this side now you want to make this side a little bit higher, even though when they lie down it looks like this, a little crooked. But again, people measure themselves really standing up. So you want to do this mostly, and you want to draw the line laying down to get the good measurement, but you want to fine tune it standing up. All right, sir. So let's have you stand up. Now, you might say, then why not do this all standing up? It doesn't work standing up because you don't have the correct measurement. So this is the fine tuning of you do when you actually lay them down. So you get your ground measurement, standard measurement lying down, fine tune standing up. And this is probably one of the things I wasn't doing 20 years ago. And like most of us, we always did our drawing laying down. And then I found out later on, in some of the people who have lost a lot of weight, it does really change later when they stand up, and everybody measure themselves standing up. All right, so let's go back.